I felt Betsy's heat that day when she said, "I'm good." But she was younger than me. I have to do something. I have to do something now. And then I thought about it. I'm a member of the Ski Meisters. We train at Norquay. It's a steep slope. This slope doesn't intimidate me. We used to boot pack it, ski pack it, side slip it, hill pack it, and then prep it. But before we got to do all of that, if it was powder, they would say you can ski it. I had a coach that said if you go straight down and get in a tuck, you can go from top to bottom. I thought he was crazy. But I had felt Betsy's heat and my spine shivered. And now it was time for mine to shiver. I'm Jungle Jim Hunter, and you're listening to 831 Living Your Best Life podcast, where we inspire participation, communicate precision, and empower performers to podium. And I hope you will tell your friends to go to their favorite podcast provider or to junglejimhunter.com and subscribe, download, and click on like, rate, and review, and let us know how we can help you. So, I'm at Rossland. I haven't done anything yet. I'm just there to work and watch Jean-Claude Killy and Nancy Green. But what does it take to become a Jean-Claude Killy? You know, you can run the same course as he did, but how are you going to do that? What kind of character does it take? What is it exactly like to run a World Cup course? How can I get closer to the action? I was working as a volunteer, shoveling the face of the cliff on the face of Red Mountain and shoveling the moguls, and we had it pretty smooth at the top, but it wasn't quite finished, and they were going to snowcat the bottom once the top was finished. But that morning, we got up there early at 7 because it started snowing the day before, and there was 2 feet of fresh snow. Riding the chairlift up, I hatched my plan. Yes, the cliff, the face of Red Mountain, is 45 degrees. No cats. It's too steep. Cats would go into the trees. And there's 3 cat tracks across the face. It's our first ride. I'm standing there with our shovels. We're waiting to be organized and told what to do. And the chief of the race comes up, and he's waiting. It's time for me to shiver his spine. I walked over to him, got right beside him. It's one of those moments where you just wonder, did you really have your head screwed on right? I said, what would it take to let me forerun the men's giant slalom? It's one thing to have somebody else give you a spine shiver, but when you give someone else a spine shiver and then you give yourself one, what will it take? No way. Why? I'm just a kid? You can't run a World Cup race course. You're not good enough. You're not strong enough. You're not fast enough. Before he could get the words out of his mouth, it was almost over. What will you do to get your act together, Jim? What will you do? Are you going to move the mountain, or is it going to move you? And then he said it. The only way I would ever let you forerun, if I could even persuade them to let me do it, would be for you to go straight down the face of Red in a tuck. Before he finished saying the word tuck, I had grabbed my poles and was gone. I heard the hootin' and the hollerin' behind me, and I was rocketing down the face of the cliff. I knew that as I put my skis wider apart and got down in the tuck, I would start pushing the snow, and it would slow me down, but I was going to have to negotiate those cat tracks and the moguls and hang on for dear life. And I bounced and bounced and bounced. I took action. I'm not going to wonder if I had to step forward or step up or step in. I did it. I stepped up. I stepped forward. I stepped in. I did all I could do, and I had to be on that course. I had to be on that race course. Betsy was my age. She did it. I can do it. I started talking to myself, saying over and over to myself, is that what you want? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Do you want to give up, or do you want to go forward? If Betsy can do it, you can do it. This course is my train track. I may not be on the track like them, but I'm on the train, and I'm going to act as if I'm one of them. When I got to the bottom, I looked back up, and my tracks were this straight line down the face, and it did it all and attracted the attention of the chief of the race. What can you do today that will inspire you to move closer to your best life? Where can you step forward, step up, step in, and give yourself a spine shiver? How long will you wait to give yourself a spine shiver doing what you know you can do? It's time for you to pull a Jungle Jim and take action to do it. Or maybe it's time for you to be a Crazy Canuck and ask, is that what you want? If that's what you want, then Challenge those that you know. Challenge yourself to do more, to be more, giving more of what you have rather than being cozy and comfortable and careful. Instead, let's be a little crazy. You don't want to be so careful that you never step into a cold shower. You want to do it at least once in your life. My quote for the day: I may not be as fast, as smart, and as good as they are, but they all started where I did, at the back of the pack. My personal dare: give yourself a spine shiver once each day this week in no particular order. Number 1, help someone you do not like. Number 2, start something you have always wanted to do. Number 3, make one step toward your next dream. Number 4, inspire someone else to move toward their next dream. Number 5, tell someone you love what they do that makes you shiver. Number 6, tell all your kids what they do that makes you shiver in a positive way. And number 7, forgive someone that has hurt you deeply and move on. Why? Because you have the power to. It's time for you to give yourself a spine shiver. And Killy, he won the giant slalom, and he was gone. He didn't even stick around for the slalom. He had won the World Cup, so he didn't need to. He will never remember my run, but I remember mine. I remember his, and the fact that I knew after that day it was possible. Even though my spine shivered all the way down the course, I knew it was possible for me to make it to the World Cup. Hey, I appreciate you listening. I hope that you will all have grown before we meet next time.